What's going on, everybody? 1 month later here. We're back a month later to talk about TV media stuff. The latest thing here right now is Loki. So we're going to talk about Loki episode 3 through 5. 6 hasn't come out yet. And then after we're done with that, we're just going to kind of give our thoughts on the what if and everything. I'm going to say right now I don't like the animation, but we'll get into that when we get into it. Yeah, that's it. And we have a full cast today. We have everybody here. We got... To my left is Carlos. To my right is Matt. Below me is I forgot his name because it's been so long. Carlo over here, and then we got Nuno to his left and Nick to his right. And welcome back, everybody. How's it going? All right, let's talk about Loki. Let's just open table. Where do y'all want to start?
Man, I'm gonna start with episode Carlos. Like
episode 5.
Episode 5. I'm gonna start with episode 5 because it's been the strongest episode I think so far, and I don't care what Matt says, it was epic.
What does Matt say?
Matt says that
nothing. It revealed nothing. It meant shit.
Like, Matt is saying like, why didn't we have this episode? You could have skipped this episode, gone to episode 6, finished the season, and then we'd be fine. That's not true.
100%.
That's not true. Matt, if you went from episode 4 to 6, you would say, well, how did Loki get there? Wait, I thought Loki got purged. Wait, Sylvie? How is Sylvie with Loki?
But
you would have so many questions.
Scenes in number 4, you knew Purge was there, and you knew.
You can't count the post-credit scenes.
You knew. Yeah. This is episode 4 post-credit scenes. You knew that they don't die, and then anyone with a smart brain would know that she would prune herself.
So with that, what's gonna happen in episode 6?
If I watched it, I said she pruned herself. I saw it coming. They're gonna fucking fall in love, which is incest. I don't know how you can fall in love with yourself, but
incest.
You don't love yourself.
Brother, sister, this is like the same person.
You don't.
Basically, it makes so much sense because Loki's always loved himself.
You don't love yourself, man. Come on, man. You gotta give yourself some credit.
I would date the female.
If you want to call it anything, it's called masturbation.
It's just conceit. Yeah, you know what?
Sure.
All right. That's where we end the episode. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, tell me, you explain to me, Carlos, why it was relevant.
Yeah, go ahead.
The reason why it was relevant is because, like the name of the episode, which was Journey into Mystery, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that this episode captured the Jack Kirby-ness of the cosmic and of the Thor type of comic book storytelling, and I think that it captured the essence of Journey into Mystery. I mean, the whole I'll call it a battle, I guess, with Eliath, mm-hmm. and seeing classic Loki basically display his awesome power, and seeing Sylvie and Loki take on this fantastical beast. Dude, it just had it had those classic Kirby cosmic type of like themes, and more so I think that it even had a sort of like Lord of the Rings type of like feel in terms of
Carlos. Who's Kirby? For everybody that don't know, what's Kirby?
It's just like little pink creature.
Jack Kirby.
He sucks in things and.
If you read comic books and you know who Jack Kirby is,
don't be a gatekeeper here. Don't be a gatekeeper.
Though.
Huh? It's fair though.
It's like saying you don't know who Stan Lee is.
Who is that?
You're insulting a dead man.
Yo, Matt, it's the guy. It's the guy that has all the cameos in those Marvel flicks.
That's Jack Kirby.
That's Jack Kirby.
I just wanted to ask for people that don't know. I didn't mean like I didn't know.
No, that's a good question. Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
People don't want to know.
No, it's the big pink blob that swallows everything.
Which I mean, it's kind of like Elias, right? I guess this creature basically disintegrates everything, but it felt epic, man. It felt epic, and also it was relevant because we finally got to see the TBA basically defined as the bad guy, and we see everybody coming together to figure out what's really happening. And I think that this truly showed that Loki has turned into more of a heroic kind of persona, and we saw him actually connect with somebody else for the first time ever. I mean, dude.
No, they didn't connect with somebody else. They connected with himself.
That's variants are two different people, man. We see that with a whole classic Loki. We see how Florida Loki. My bad. We see that with Kid Loki. It's different people. It's the same person in general, but it's different people. But it is something I was gonna say is that we do see some good character development with Loki, because all these other Lokis are scared of Goliath. They don't want to get close to it. They're just trying to survive. And this one, as soon as he gets there, he's like, "No, we gotta go. We gotta face it." You know.
And he definitely did connect with someone and cemented an actual friendship. Probably one of the only friendships that Loki has had in his, thousands and thousands of year life, and that was with Mobius, man. Like
because he's a variant. That's another variant of Loki.
Mobius?
Is that what you're calling it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm saying he Loki.
Oh
he
man.
Loki.
Nah,
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Every time they say his name, I get really confused because I think they're saying Morbius, and I realize they're saying Mobius.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, vampires?
But dude, he called him a friend and gave him that hug, man. Loki actually connected with somebody else and actually trusted somebody else. And bro, that scene between him and Sylvie where she asks him, "How do I know that you're not gonna, betray me?" Dude, Tom Hiddleston's acting in that scene and how sincere you felt that Loki was being, there's no way that you could believe that he would actually betray her.
No, he definitely betrayed her, Carlos. That's what I felt. I was like,
I reckon he is.
I'm like, woo!
Man, so it's talking about that, going back to episode, I think it was 3 when they're on the train.
Yeah.
I think
Matt got drunk.
Yeah, I think Matt, you mentioned it, but I also thought the same thing was where I thought at the beginning of the episode when Sylvie touched him, just like on the shoulder, I thought that she had enchanted him, like immediately. Yeah. But he enchanted her. I was like, who enchanted who here? But turns out nothing happened there. But that was a pretty good episode too. We got to see Asgardian music. He's drunk. What do you guys think about that?
And you know what, man? From what I read, he improvised that whole scene.
What?
Yeah, he improvised that whole scene, and it was shot beautifully, man. Like his Asgardian singing, like that was legit, man.
There's no way that he improvised the whole another. I'm sure. I swear. I bet you.
I can completely see
like that.
What? I swear. That. I feel like the director is like, hey, let's give a call back to Thor and let's do this. But if he did that, that's awesome. That's pretty cool. No.
But
have we heard Owen Wilson say wow yet?
No. He said something else close to
it. It's getting there. It's getting there. As long as he says one of the phrases, I want him to say "ka-chow" as well. That'd be hilarious. But
I don't know who I like more as like a comic book live action person yet. Owen Wilson or his brother Luke Wilson?
Owen Wilson every day of the week.
Owen Wilson so far. So you're talking about him in Stargirl?
Yeah.
He's doing a good job in Stargirl, but I prefer Owen Wilson.
Owen, man. Owen.
Yeah. He hasn't really done anything, if you want to be serious. He hasn't
Owen Wilson
fought anyone. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. He doesn't need to, and he's already a fucking awesome.
Hang on, he's gone. Well, you haven't seen episode 6 yet, so.
And you have?
You haven't either.
Episode 5, sorry.
The way you said it,
just remember, I'm a day ahead. So I will probably.
Are you a week ahead?
But
do we got a week?
When he goes, he just block your ears because I don't know if you know this yet, Nick. This part, but because he goes back to the TVA.
Right.
He might fight someone there. So you talk about he hasn't fought anyone.
So I know for a fact that most of you guys haven't read Cable 11, right?
No.
It came out like last week or 2 weeks ago. First time I've ever noticed a comic book reference the TVA.
Oh, really?
Nah, I was watching this video, New Rockstar. They're pretty cool. Give them a bit of a shout. they were saying that TVA's back in the 90s or 80s.
Yeah, but I've never read anything that's ever mentioned it, and I assume that it probably existed in, there's thousands of titles that have existed over the years.
Yeah.
So but I've never noticed it, and they bring back, young Cable brings back old Cable, and old Cable's like, the TVA's already got us on every wanted list on the freaking time stream, and I started cracking up. Because it was the first time. Cool. So,
that's cool.
If they use a TVA to bring in the X-Men,
it's an easy.
It's not. Everyone. X-Men isn't coming for another 5 years. Everyone's got to just chill the fuck out. X-Men is their next.
Cable would be a great way to bring it in now. If in the last episode you see Cable show up, I'd fucking lose it.
I feel like the only thing that's for sure is that all of this is gonna connect to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse Madness, whatever. That's the only.
But the thing is, number 6 is got a lot of freaking explaining to do. That's the problem, and I just think there's going to be another series, or like you said, it's going to go into Doctor Strange Multiverse. But there's a lot to explain in episode 6.
I don't see a clean conclusion in 6.
Yeah, but you know what though? From the very beginning, I wasn't expecting a clean conclusion from this show at all. So I'm
kind of upset that it's a mini-series and not like an ongoing thing.
Yeah, dude. I mean, look, maybe not an ongoing, but I think that Loki more than any of the other shows so far would have benefited from a solid 10 episode, or maybe 8.
But we all saw how DC fucked up with Legends of Tomorrow. This could have been an easy way of an ongoing series like this, where Loki and Mobius just kind of go around and fix everything now.
You can only go for so long.
I watched the fuck out of that.
Yeah, but here's the thing with an MCU thing: you don't need to go on that long. If they did 2 seasons, it'd be enough.
Yeah, for sure. But again, I think that this show more than anything would have benefited from at least
more episodes.
Yeah, a solid 8 to 10 episodes. But
I just finished the Winter Soldier, and I thought the last episode and last 2 episodes, I was like, I need more. But yeah, it's not just 6 episodes.
Yeah. But look, the most important thing though that we haven't touched on, the most important thing by far is Florida Loki. I'm sorry, dude.
He did a really cool thing of biting a President Loki's hand off.
It's an alligator, not a crocodile.
Man, that was pretty good.
Alligator.
I like that. Also,
hey, gotta admit, that's the first time I reckon I've seen blood in a Disney film when that happened, or Disney show.
You know what? Now that I think about it, that's probably the most gruesome thing that we've ever done.
We have. It's like the first time we saw blood and no hand. I was like, well, hang on a minute. What's Disney doing here?
Yeah, but we watched Thor execute Thanos.
Yeah, but it wasn't real blood.
Yeah, you didn't really see it. You saw a line, I guess, of blood, but
he chopped his head off. That's pretty gruesome for a Disney owned franchise.
That's true. I'm thinking about when he just threw it and hit him in the heart or whatever.
Oh yeah, but dude, fucking Disney Marvel has been knocking it out of the park, man, with each and every single one of these shows, and just creating or giving us characters, man, that people just like more than even the main characters. I mean, we've seen it time and time again, and fucking Alligator Loki is the dopest shit that I've seen, man. If they were to come out with a 5-issue mini run of it, I would buy it. I would buy every cover.
You know they will, bro.
I was gonna say,
if you're gonna throw away your money like that, you have my Venmo.
We're gonna get an alligator. What is it? An alligator fucking pop. I guarantee you, we had alligator pop.
Yeah. They already announced that.
Did they? Look, Loki. If that's an alligator, what is Thor? The crocodile or something?
He's a frog.
No, Thor's a frog.
Thor was a frog. Didn't you see the frog when they was going down to basement?
So they're from the same Earth.
Maybe.
Gator Loki's never existed. There's never been a Gator Loki ever in any.
But I'm assuming he's from the same universe where all the Pet Avengers are from.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask, if he's not from the Frog universe, what do you think his counterparts are? What is Thor, a crocodile and he's an alligator, or how does that work? You know what I mean? Is there a crocodile with a hammer?
Thor would probably be like a lizard, like a salamander, very nice looking, very approachable.
Iguana.
There you go, iguana. There you go.
Matt, I was right. on Funko's Instagram, they announced the next line of freaking pops from Loki. Alligator Loki is there.
Hell yeah. But dude, seriously, I would buy the shit out of a 5-issue miniseries, and you know who would do for sure a variant cover for at least the first issue? Scotty Young, and I would buy the shit out of that.
Oh my god, you know for a fact he would. Bro, oh my god, I have to buy that.
I would buy it so quick.
I bought 2 this week.
So, going back to episode 5 with Richard, is it Grant? Richard E. Grant? His performance.
Old man Loki.
Robert E.
Loki. What do y'all think of his performance?
Dude, he was seriously in just one full episode, right? Mm-hmm. I guess it's one full episode, and he to me he stole the second half of the episode, man. That performance when he was conjuring up Asgard and the glorious purpose bit, dude, it was epic, and I actually got out of my seat and I was like, this is awesome. And
it shows you like how powerful, like he explains how powerful, they don't know how powerful they can be yet.
Yeah. What did you think, Manny, about his performance?
I loved it. I thought that was a great scene. I thought that was a good ending for him, honestly. Like, I don't even know him as a character. We've only seen him for a show and a half, and I was like, he deserves this ending. He deserves this, and so I thought it was great, and it was a great scene of just him conjuring up all of Asgard.
Do you see him disappear like you see everyone else disappear?
Alliath took him out.
Yeah, but he gone.
Yes.
He gone.
How do you know he wasn't doing a projection like he did for them when they escaped?
You could. You can definitely argue that.
Helmet. What did he not project?
Nick, you got to be wearing earphones. You got to put earphones on or something, Nick. You can't be listening.
Look,
no, good. I saw the internet. All the other episodes except for this episode, I haven't seen anything. When this episode came on, the internet lost their shit.
Instant spoilers all across. I was like, oh my god.
All everywhere, dude. You know, I've avoided it every single week except for this week. Immediately within seconds, Marvel spoiled themselves. Freaking Funko fucked up. Everybody's talking about it. There was a million TikToks about it. You guys fucking lost your shit with Alligator Loki. Even though we saw it the previous week in the end credits.
No, that's true.
Like, you guys already saw it and then lost your shit.
Yo, how do you guys feel if going back to episode 5?
I like it when they come.
Florida's messing up over there with their internet.
Look, going back to episode 5 for a second. Now that we, have seen them enchant Alliath, and they're actually gonna, go past the end of time and into that castle, I really think that, and a lot of people have been saying it, and I agree that the ultimate villain is going to be some type of variant Loki, and it's
King Loki. It's King Loki. Think about it. Did you watch the trailer?
Yeah.
Did you watch the trailer before it came out? Did you not see it? We saw a King Loki. We have not seen the King Loki
that
yet.
That seems like the obvious choice, though. Like that seems like Marvel is saying, like, hey, look, we haven't shown you King Loki yet.
I feel the thing is
100%.
I feel like
King of what?
Well, no. So okay, in
King Loki, King of the time stream.
In the comics, especially originating in Jason Aaron's Thor run, there is a Loki that becomes evil and like truly evil, and he ends up.
I'm about to say they're all pretty evil.
I mean, you could argue that Loki is neither good or evil. The dude just does what is in his benefit, right? For his benefit. But there's a Loki that turns truly evil, and he annihilates the entirety of the human race. Like he just wipes out all life on planet Earth, and he basically makes it to the end of time. And he continues to torment Thor. And this Loki ends up traveling back in time to try and make sure that the future that he basically created comes to fruition, and that Thor doesn't stop him. and he pops up during multiple different times, during multiple storylines, and he even teams up with Gore, the God Butcher, in making life for Thor hell. And he's obsessed basically with time and time travel. So that's potentially like, the King Loki or the evil Loki that is gonna be at that castle. Because I feel that the obvious answer would be Kane the Conqueror, because that's what everybody has been thinking. Eliath is a creature.
Well, we know it's coming. He just got announced the solo
right.
series.
Right, just not here. So that's why I think that it's gonna be some kind of variant Loki. But the reason why I was bringing this up is because I feel like Loki is not gonna survive this shit, and I feel like Sylvie is gonna end up, taking his spot in a way.
It's not on that, because I reckon she's amazing, man. I love her.
In the future,
I gotta head out, so I want to just put my 2 cents in.
Huh? Yeah, no, go ahead.
I gotta head out in a couple seconds.
Yeah.
But what I would want to happen is in the end credits of this last episode, hopefully Loki survives. I would hope he survives.
Me too.
I would love him to go to the point where Thanos kills him in the movie, and he jumps in and pushes like that time branch Loki out of the way, jumps in, takes his spot, dies, and now we find out that this whole time another branch is that now Loki from Ragnarok still exists.
Well, that'd be crazy.
And now, like an end credit, and now he could be involved in Doctor Strange or whatever, the next Thor movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, because then I could just be randomly going through space trying to figure out how to stop Thanos, and then got lost or something.
That'd be a twist.
Yeah,
that would change everything.
I don't know if Tom's down to play Loki for that much longer, though. Honestly, I'm just thinking about that.
He's not doing anything else.
Yeah, he literally, if you look at his IMDb, there's nothing.
Yeah, but the things that he does have, like he's an excellent actor, So yes. His options are open. I
think if Chris Hemsworth is on, I think he'll be on. Because Chris Hemsworth's one of the only original people that still agree to movies.
Yeah.
I think that.
Yeah, but the thing is, Chris Hemsworth is a very loyal person. He'll stick this out until Disney turn around and say, yeah, or Marvel turns around and say, oh, we're not going to.
What I want to know Foster now. Is what's going on with Hulk? Like, are we ever going to get anything MCU related besides the movie that's not him?
I would give it up. I would give that up.
I'll watch Black Widow and you might find out.
I mean, look, the thing is though, is that for Hulk, man, it's I think that is still so fucked up in terms of the movie rights with Universal, is it? I think, or whatever.
We'll get a Hulk film in 5 years' time, and that's when they're going to introduce Wolverine and the start of X-Men.
You know what? They already are giving us what? She-Hulk? I hope he plays a role in She-Hulk. Because he's a great actor.
He is. He's been casted in it. He's been casted in She-Hulk.
All right. I hope we get to see him in She-Hulk at least.
But look, Carlo has a background of President Loki. Carlo, we haven't heard from you. How did you feel about how they handled President Loki? Be honest.
I think instead of King Loki, it's going to be President Loki being seen, because like King Loki, it will be a Loki that behind the scenes, but King Loki is like I don't know. President Loki without the hand at the end, like I'm the TVA, and then like because that's Loki, like he's like Eliath was his conjuring, and he wants to like be in. So I'm thinking.
And I agree we lost you for a second.
What?
We lost you for a second.
I'm heading out, guys. Thank you so much. I'm glad I got to tune in again.
Hey, good.
Brother, take care. Speak to you soon.
And yeah, I agree. Richard E. Grant was amazing. That glorious purpose thing is like lonely. He's sad, and then it was this moment to shine. It's like, okay, this is a good moment to sacrifice myself. And I like that he used that, because that was like the title of like episode 2 or something. But yeah, it's like glorious purpose. I finally found something other than myself. You know what I'm saying? Like Yeah, that was a cool send off. Yeah, President Loki with one hand at the end, episode 6. Next episode.
Anyone else get that Captain Hook vibes? Doing an alligator.
Yeah, that's I didn't even think about that. That's a good point.
Oh, that's a Disney.
You mate, you're the worst. You no Goonies, no freaking. Did you
I
have
love
a
Hook.
childhood, man?
I love
Did
Hook.
you have a childhood?
Let me go ahead and say that right there. Hook, I love. That one's good. That's a good one.
Manny was raised in a TVA. You ain't know.
I reckon he was, mate. Or every movie, every childhood movie. What?
Hey,
Goonies
listen,
suck.
nobody.
Sandlot, whatever. Nobody likes baseball.
Get out of here. Sandlot Kids is the greatest freaking film. How could you?
Hey, but the hardest scene of the new episode, I didn't want to like talk too much about it to ruin it for Nick because I know he like.
No, it's been ruined, mate. He's heard all the main facts. It's been ruined now. There's nothing else you can ruin, mate.
Hey, but you know, it still surprises you when you see it yourself. No matter what you hear, you still get that surprise. Hey, the hardest moment of that episode, I don't care what anyone says, is when they're coming in the bunker and Loki, the main Loki variant, is talking smack. And the old Loki's like, if you were smart, you'd mind the boy. Like, don't say nothing to him. Like, and the boy sits up in a throne. Like, bruh, I thought that was the most like sickest thing ever. Literally,
bro. He killed Thor. I mean, fuck.
Do you reckon that was a Thor that? Remember he in is it the Ragnarok? He talks about how Loki stabbed him. He pretended he was a snake. And stabbed him? Maybe that was.
I think he actually stabbed him, not like pretended, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was that Thor and branched off.
Yep.
Yeah, that dagger.
That's what killed Thor. Literally, that's what he killed Thor with.
Do you guys think that in that what caused the Nexus event whenever Sylvie and Loki were just sitting next to each other, the world's about to end and everything? Do you think it was them loving each other or whatever that caused the Nexus event, or do you think it's the fact that one of them was about to die and them dying?
Nah, I think
is the
it's
Nexus
them
event.
And they're gonna go chitty chitty bang bang and have a kid.
Nah,
I guess that's another thing.
What it was is
Kid Loki is actually their kid.
Nah. Yo, a Loki was never supposed to be like do anything to try to do good. He was just supposed to cause more chaos. So when he met the other half of himself, which was a female, it wasn't even about like falling in love or liking or anything. He just completely changed as a person.
Oh,
so the character branched off. So you got good and bad Loki. I think that's what the Nexus event was. Is him changing his character.
I've got to admit, he's got good game because you know how he's like, oh, it's cold here, and he makes the cape and gives it to her. I thought the frost guys are fucking made out of ice, so how would they get cold?
I saw an article.
Good game.
I saw an article that said in that scene that you're talking about that she had friend zoned him at that point. She's like, I've never had a friend. You know, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do friendship, and so like she friend zones him.
But after she said that though, she says friend. She says, I've never had a friend, and then she
stops. Yeah.
And then it's very much implied that she's about to say something like more special, like actual love.
Yeah.
But she stopped because she's afraid and she's hesitant. I personally think that people are making it way too much of a big deal and they're losing their shit over the possibility of like Loki falling in love with Sylvie and that it's this like horrendous like I don't know incest kind of thing.
Yo, Carlos,
that's mad.
You guys seen the meme? It's like two guys sitting, one guy's crying. It's like Marvel fanboys crying about Loki being bisexual, and then underneath it is like another guy smiling and like nodding his head. It's like Norse mythology fanboys after Loki bangs a horse and has a horse baby. Like,
exactly.
Like they know he wild. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I don't know, people losing their shit, dude, and saying that like this whole premise or this idea that it just ruins the show for them and that they can't like fathom this happening. We're talking about
doesn't ruin the show.
Well, other people are saying that.
Yeah, other people. I mean, dude, we're talking about fucking gods and mythology, and literally Loki has done some weird ass shit, dude. I mean, technically Loki from Norse mythology, and correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I remember and I've always understood, dude, he's the fucking father of the world serpent, dude, of Jormungandr, and like, not just that, but he's technically also the father of Hela.
I thought he was like the mother of something else too. I don't know. I don't really know Norse mythology.
So like, exactly, and it's an absolute variant. Like it's something completely just different. So I don't know. I think that it's just funny how, not to get too political or whatever, but in today's day and age where, acceptance across all sorts of, different spectrums and genders and all of that stuff is pushed, the idea of like you falling in love with an absolute different version of yourself that isn't you is somehow like incest.
I think the issue would be like if someone who has the power to clone themselves, like multiple man or whatever, and then falling in love with a clone of yourself. That's kind of weird. That's kind of.
Hey, homeboy from Invincible, the blue guys from Invincible.
Yeah, exactly. Or Kate duplicate, like Katie duplicate, like her.
No, the other guys, the blue ones. The blue
ones.
The
twins. Yeah. See, that would be a different thing. But the fact that there are two variants, two very different people. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, duplicate was having a menage a trois, so he was kind of,
Exactly, and no one batted an eye, right?
It was like, let me see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but anyways, my take is that if Loki and Sylvie do end up like falling in love with each other, or have some kind of romance because they found, something that they haven't been able to find in the millennia that they've lived, so what? Who the fuck cares? Like, I think that it'd be great. And honestly, they have some awesome chemistry. Like,
yeah.
Together. I don't know.
I'm surprised this hasn't been brought up yet, but the guard, what's her name? B-15 or H-15?
Yeah.
Something like that. Like the fact that she got to see like herself, her full life and everything, and now how she is. I really loved what she said to the judge, which was like, you want to see how this ends. You just want it, but you don't need it, and she needs it. Like that was badass. You talking about Kid Loki, watch for him being badass. I think that scene was a lot better.
Yeah, for sure.
And I wonder what's gonna happen with that judge. Like, is she ultimately gonna help them? Is she gonna partner up with Mobius, or is she just gonna be like, no, I'm gonna follow?
She like the secret lover of King Loki or whoever's running the timeline.
Nah, she looks confused.
Well, in the book, she's the lover of Kang. That's why everyone's all Kang and the Conqueror. And then they're also like, because Kang the Conqueror. If I reckon Kang the Conqueror was never casted for Ant-Man, there'd be no Kang the Conqueror theories. To be honest, that's the way I say. I think because he's been casted, it's like, yeah, it's gonna be him. But yeah, she's the lover of Kang the Conqueror. So that's what, like, everything leads to Kang the Conqueror. But
and
we've learned by other shows and other stuff that when they lead you that way, they freaking take you the other way. That's why I think, I think King Loki, but then, like Manny's saying, it's in the trailer. Again, they're going to they want you to believe that too. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this phase, the best thing about this whole phase, as I was talking about it with a mate when we went out for lunch yesterday, the best thing about this whole phase, this new era, is you don't know nothing. Like, we knew Thanos for the next 10, 15 films, we knew it's all going to build up to fight Thanos. This, we fucking have no idea where they're going to go, what they're going to do. That's what I think. That's what I think.
That's awesome.
Be
I love that.
Why this? Yeah, why it's going to be.
How many episodes is What If?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's been confirmed though already that this can be a season 2. One of the animators on Twitter announced that he's working on more What If.
He needs to work better because that animation is.
I was going to buy all those What If books. They were heaps cheap at my comic store. I should have freaking got them because now they're probably all going to fucking go up.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, I actually don't mind the animation all that much, to be honest.
It looks like they just took like the Tony Stark scene at the start. It looks like they just took it. You know, there's one of those apps where you just go cartoon me and it turns into a cartoon. It looked like fucking that, man.
Hey, they took a bunch of Marvel movies and apped them up.
No, honestly, that's the first one I saw. I thought, what the fuck? What is it?
You killed that, Matt. You killed that.
Maybe, and I was say maybe I'm being a little, lenient,
forgiving,
or forgiving on the animation. Because, I mean, you guys are probably aware that I'm a fucking sucker for What If stories. Like, I
like
love...
him too.
Huh?
I like him too.
Dude, I love, just love what if or Elseworld, kind of stories, man.
Because they can do what they want. They don't have to stick to the canon. Like they can do what they want.
Exactly.
That's what I like about it. The writer gets freedom.
Yeah, man. Like I love it. You know what? There was a lot of people that didn't like the Secret Warps mini when the Infinity event was happening. And basically in that event, I mean, it's a lot of backstory, but a lot of backstory. But point is, the Infinity Stones were used to create a new reality, and in that reality, there was a basically mixture of personas and heroes, and everybody was mashed together, and they created this warped kind of beings. So you had characters like Arachnite, which was a combination of Moon Knight and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I love that. There was
Doctor Strange.
Huh?
I was gonna say Doctor Strange and Captain America.
Exactly. There was Weapon Hex, which was X-23, Laura Kinney, Wolverine, whatever, mixed with Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. But anyways, like, dude, those stories, I love those kinds of stories. So that's why, for me, What If is gonna be super, super fun. And already some of the characters that we're seeing, I think that it's gonna be a fun take, man. And it'll be cool.
Did you ever watch there's a cartoon called Amazing Spider-Man or This Spider-Man or something that came out in like 2003 or something like that?
TV?
Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris was the character, was the actor, the voice actor. That's what the animation reminds me of, and I didn't like it then, but it was 2003, so it's like, oh, it's new, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But it's 2021 now. Like, we've had so many advancements in animation. That looks like shit.
I think it's them
that looks
doing
like
something
shit.
different, making it look different to everything.
But it looks like shit. That's the thing. I don't care if it's different.
I didn't mind it.
This looks like shit.
Mind it.
I hate it. I'm mad.
Just wait. Listen.
What if we use good
shit.
animation?
So then when we start reviewing the show and you're like, oh man, this is actually alright, I'm gonna play this video. So hang on, you said shit.
Look,
I can like the content, but the animation is always gonna be shit. That's the thing.
Hopefully because it's animation, and you know what, man, you're not the only one sharing that opinion. I have seen a lot of people comparing it to the.
Oh, I saw that online, and I was like, that's perfect. That's it. That's exactly it.
Yeah, and you know what? I personally didn't. It didn't hit me, but when I started reading that, I'm like, oh shit! I did recall, and I even went on YouTube and I pulled it up, and I can see where people are coming from, but because it's animation, I'm hoping that because it's being voiced so much by people that I don't know if they're still technically in editing or whatever you call it, but maybe they can make some tweaks and improve it, kind of like we see with kind of like how we've seen a lot in video games.
We did see that in the Sonic movie. Everybody hated that Sonic.
Well, I think that it gives me vibes of I can't remember which Street Fighter, but the graphics are like Street Fighter.
Hey, if graphics ain't hitting, man, after 5 minutes, you're going to want to switch it. I'm sure that's not going to be the case, but when you watch on Netflix, you're watching some anime or something, sometimes it's really good, or sometimes it's just like, bro, they're trying too hard. What the hell is this?
I mean,
or it's like weird.
But is it every actor is the same actor?
Not every, but most of them.
And
they all sound in the trailer. They all sound exactly alike.
Tony Stark is not Tony Stark.
Yeah.
It's not, because it sounds exactly like fucking.
I did read that this is the last
it's
actual work
of
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, that's what I read. It's the last work of Chadwick Boseman, and I'm pretty sure it sounded exactly like Peggy Carter.
I mean, it could be.
Right.
She doesn't have really much going for her movie
And
wise.
Thor, I'm sure, because mate, that sounded like Chris Hemsworth. That's why I thought all the characters sound exactly the same. So I thought, oh, maybe it is.
I mean, there's a lot of good imitators out there, like celebrity imitators, that I feel like they probably get that job.
And a duck sounded like Donnie DeVito.
But Manny, what you mentioned about the content being great, but the animation, that it can still be shit.
Yeah.
I completely get where you're coming from, because even with comic books, man, I've read comic books where you know what, the story is critically acclaimed. It's good. I know that it's good, and I pushed through. You know, the first issue, first 2 issues, but I just do not jive with the art, and I fucking hate.
I have the perfect example for that. I feel so bad saying this because I don't like to shit on artists, but Tim Sale in The Long Halloween, Tim Sale in anything that he draws is shit. I hate it. I hate looking at it. I have a couple up right now, and I'm mad that I have them up. But Tim Sale drew The Long Halloween, and it's not good art,
Batman?
man.
The
Yeah,
Batman Long Halloween?
yeah, exactly.
So who animated the movie?
Is it the same as the fucking comic? Because I might not watch it.
Someone tell me.
It's the same bloke that does all of them.
Oh, okay. Then I'll watch that.
Not that. I thought it gave me Hush vibes, bro.
Hush it. No, I mean like the story, like the Long Halloween is a great story.
Sorry, Matt. What Manny's talking about, he's not talking about the Long Halloween movie that just came out. He's talking about the actual comic book.
Yeah, the comic book, the art shit, but the movie, it's not done by the same person.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
No,
That's why I asked, because the movie it was weird. Like the art was different, but it was good. Like kind of good different.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because the Long Halloween, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the Long Halloween storyline came out in the 80s, didn't it?
That was a while back, yeah, for sure.
And, like,
but it's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. With the guy with the baby bottle and bah, bah, bah. Yeah. Because it looks very 80, 90-ish anyways.
Yeah. And
spoiler alert, who's the guy? I'm interested.
No, wait. Not everybody has like seen it yet. And not everybody's read. Like,
what do you mean? What?
The Long Halloween?
Is it different to the book?
The Long Halloween.
Long Halloween's been spoiled 30 years.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's been out since the 80s. You can
no, but that's
spoil
the
this
thing.
shit.
Is it the same person in the book?
It's
Most
the
likely.
same story, I think.
Yes, but obviously everyone that's read the book knows who it's going. Because remember at the end of
who's the book?
It ended up being Riddler. Ended up being Riddler and not Bruce Wayne's.
Oh yeah. Yeah, on
mate,
Hush.
In Hush, they changed it to be the Riddler, didn't they?
Yeah.
In the animation
so it could always
film.
change.
That's what I'm saying. In Long Halloween, is it the same person from the Long Halloween book?
I don't want to hear it, and I gotta bounce anyway. So I still gotta watch the movie.
All right, man. Good seeing you.
Hey, so listen. So I know Hush. That's his best friend, the surgeon, and he ends up switching stuff. And all that. I know that arc, that Hush arc. I got the
yes, but in the animation film Nuno, they changed it to the Riddler. Hush was the Riddler.
Oh, okay.
They changed it from the comic book because obviously everyone that read the comic book knew, we know who's going to be at the end. So they changed Hush in the movie to the Riddler.
I didn't even put that one together. But okay, so they changed it in the movie version. It ain't Hush at the end on the bandages. It's Riddler.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes.
And that.
So that's what I'm saying. The Long Halloween. I haven't seen the Long Halloween film yet.
Who is it in Long Halloween in the book?
That's what I've done. In the book, it was.
Yeah, who's it in the book? What's one version?
It was Den, right?
No, it was Den's wife.
Bruh.
Yeah, that's right.
She the baby bottle killer?
and she was crazy, right?
Yeah.
Bruh, why she doing it, bruh?
And Den was trying to cover it up for her.
What? Yo, that's go, bruh.
And
haven't you read the Long Halloween? You know?
It's been a long time.
Read it, man. It's like one of the best freaking Batman books.
I mean, Manny just kind of shut it down. He said it sucks.
No. I said the art. I said the art sucks.
But that's a big part, man.
No, the art shit. I didn't like the artwork either.
Hey, you saw the shit I said on the group chat, the Shining and the Dr. Sleep. Your book is getting the adaptation. You guys' book.
Oh, the sick. Something's killing the children.
Killing children?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care about that.
Anna Joy is bloody playing it. This chick's so overrated.
Man, I think I'm just salty because like I had the opportunity to jump in at the first book and I said no, this is not going anywhere. It's a 5-issue book. Well, who cares? And,
which one?
And then here I am now with the Something is Killing the Children. I could have got issue number 1 first print. Everything I had.
So that's why you're salty on the movie. You don't give a shit.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's why you
100%.
And how now? I'm just telling you how long I've been wanting you guys to get firepower, because when that comes out and number one,
I will never get firepower.
I'm going to sit here and say I've warned you guys 15 weeks or 15 months to get it.
I do have the free comic book day of firepower. So.
Well, actually, free comic book. This is what pissed me off. I got the free comic book day one, and then I bought issue 1, and free comic book day and issue 1 exactly the same.
Yeah, but.
So technically, if it does become a movie, free comic book day one would be the one worth money because it came out first.
Then I'm covered. I don't need to read the story. That's my insurance
then maybe
policy.
The prelude book will go up.
Yo, so like, touching on something is killing the children tangent. I know this is Loki, but still.
Nah, man, anything. This is TV media.
For sure.
Week.
It's funny. I decided literally like yesterday before I found, or 2 days ago before the news was revealed, that I had to get back into something is killing the children, because I was kicking myself kind of like Manny that when it first came out, I have issue 1 and I have issue 2, which I'm extremely happy for, and I have a couple issues. But during that time, I had so much shit going on that I was just picking up, the issues as they came out, and I didn't actually add it on my pull list, like to my pull list. And my pull list was, kind of a mess back then. Like I had the stuff that I've always had, but I wasn't extremely on top of like stuff coming out, and it was like that for a couple months. Something is Killing the Children was one of the victims, and by the time that I got my shit together and I wanted to get organized with everything, it had just blown up, and all of the issues were gone, and I fucking gave up, and I never went back to it. I just never went back to it. So a couple days ago, I was telling myself I have to get back into it. I ordered the hardcover for Volume 1. It's coming out next month, and I promised myself I gotta get back in it. I hear that it's nothing but an amazing story. Even after I stopped reading it, I mean it's James Tynion, right?
Yeah.
And then it gets announced, and I'm like, fuck, it was meant to be. But I have issue 1, and I have issue 2, and I have issue 3. I have issue. I was checking. I actually have the first 5 issues. So, and those are the absolute most expensive ones, to get.
Yeah.
But I'm excited, man, that it's gonna be turned into a movie, because it just gives more weight to comic book adaptations, man.
Everything now getting released is a comic book one.
Man, what's our sponsorship?
And that's what I love, because when people are like, "Oh, it was a great movie," you give me shit about comic books. That actually was a comic book first.
Exactly.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah, man. I'm just really happy that some of the best content that we're getting is coming from comic books, man. It just makes me feel good,
Hey Matt, who's our sponsor, man? You're over here making stuff. Who's the sponsor?
I got plenty. So I've been eating all my TV Snacks exclusive Krispy Kremes. We got chopped ice. We've got caramel delight, which is the best one. Then we've got original glaze.
Breakfast of Champions.
That's the best one in the donuts, but this was the shittest one in the biscuits. The missus even saying no good. And we've also got Metamucil. For all of you that are like me and can't shit in the morning, this is probably the best thing to drink. It's high in fibre, and you'll be pooping like good. So Metamucil.
Is that the slogan? Is that the slogan right
there?
You'll be pooping like good.
I spend so much money on this shit. It's not funny. So please hook us up. 1 month later, send some to my boys over in America as well. But yeah, it's great for the digestive system. Just 1 glass a day, just 1 full teaspoon. Just give it a bit of a swirl there like this, and then you scull it, and then just obviously have another glass of water. But I've already been drinking a couple glasses of water. There you go. You got lemon and you got orange. I think lemon's probably the best flavor. Lemon lime is probably the best flavor.
And now back to our regular scheduled program. What episodes of What If are y'all looking forward to? We've seen a couple.
Have they even released a list of what they're doing?
They may have. I haven't looked it up, but we
I
saw a
remember
couple.
when they first done the announcements of it on stage. I remember they said a couple. I can't remember which ones they were.
Yeah, like what some of them for sure are going to be. What if Peggy Carter became Captain America?
Yeah.
Another one's going to be basically what if T'Challa ended up becoming I'm assuming like Star-Lord because he is in
How does he? That's what I'm curious to know.
I don't understand that. Yeah, I don't.
That's why I don't understand it. It's
well because
the Prince of Wakanda.
Yeah, well because instead of what's his name?
That Ravager. I don't know his name.
Instead of
Mary Poppins.
Yeah, Ravager
kidnapping Star-Lord. He kidnaps Black Panther. But I thought you can't see. I thought you can't see Wakanda.
He's an alien.
Well, yeah, he's a fucking alien. I mean, I don't know, but point is though, instead of landing in the fucking U.S., he lands in Wakanda and like kidnaps T'Challa. I guess.
That's one that I'm not looking forward to, honestly, because it doesn't really make sense.
I don't really care for that one.
Peggy Carter one I'm looking forward to. The Killmonger one I'm looking forward to.
So Winter Soldier versus Marvel Zombies they have.
Yeah.
That one's cool.
The ones.
My bad.
No.
Have you got the listener know?
Yeah.
It says Winter Soldier versus Marvel Zombies. It says they have T'Challa as Star-Lord. What if he's showing up in Wakanda and took T'Challa instead of Quill? So exactly what you guys said.
Yeah.
Peggy Carter, a super soldier. Captain America never gets frozen, like in the iceberg.
Yeah.
They have that one. What else? The Watcher is narrating each episode.
Mm-hmm.
What else they have? Let me see.
So man, see
Not
right
as a
there,
Spider-Man,
right
'cause
there.
they've got
on-
licensed
Tom
animation.
Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah, I was gonna say because they've got the license to Spider-Man's animations, so they can do that.
They have a Loki versus it's a Asgard versus Shield episode. So that's the Loki episode, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that one might be good.
Yeah, that one sounds good.
No, I said won't be good.
It has an Infinity War episode, an Avengers Infinity War. So the same as the movie, but Thanos ends up killing everybody.
The fuck.
That's how it ends. We already saw it. Look, there it is.
We already saw that. We saw him skipping back on the island. Like, yeah, sweet.
A new Age of Ultron, an alternative Age of Ultron episode.
But they're going to say that this is. I've also read that it's going to have lead into multiverse as well. Like when we go into the multiverse of madness, it actually might show some of these shows.
Did they show? Did they show Spider-Man with the Doctor Strange cape?
Yeah,
they did. Okay,
and
that's
they
cool.
showed him with like the metal shooters, like like a regular suit, but he got like 2 metal shooters.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, me, I'm personally the most looking forward to Spider-Man one. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
I mean. Yeah. And whatever Killmonger is involved in, because like the clip of
He's in the Ultron one. He's in the Ultron one.
Oh, okay, so because you guys saw the clip right where Killmonger saves Tony from the fucking bomb.
Well, see, sorry to cut you off, but talking about that because I just thought of it now. I really pray that they do put this into the multiverse where Killmonger does save Iron Man, and I really hope that they use the multiverse film to pull out that Killmonger, because obviously he's good, kill that Killmonger out of that universe,
because Black Panther
to the MCU and make him Black Panther.
Fuck yeah,
that's what they've got to do.
That'd be dope.
Like, I'm all for his sister being Black Panther. I love her. I think she's amazing. I'm all for that. But man, Michael B. Jordan, after that performance as Killmonger, like, seriously.
Another episode is Jane Foster picking up the Thor hammer.
Fuck yeah.
We're gonna get that in Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
They're doing it here.
Nah. Hashtag Killmonger, not my Black Panther. Mm-mm.
Nah.
How
can you not? How can you not? How can you not?
Yo, Manny, serious question though. For Black Panther 2, if it's not Shuri, like what direction would you like, and what direction would you feel happy that Black Panther should take?
I don't have an idea. I don't really have an idea about that. I haven't really thought about it. I just really like Killmonger's ending. I think he was an excellent villain, and I really liked his ending. He had a good ending.
Yeah, but this is from a different universe, Manny.
That's what I'm saying. We don't need to see him. World. We don't need to see him come back. Like he did what he needed to do, and he did it amazing.
Carlos, I would have rolled up the comic strip, man. Did it just like the comic books. Made Shuri the Black Panther.
If it's not scary,
look, if not in the second one, it would be like a power struggle movie. In the second movie, like Wakanda Forever, would be like a civil war with no Black Panther and everyone trying to be a Black Panther.
I really hope that Black Panther 2 does not take that route where it's like all of the different,
nah, they won't because of it's going to be a movie. It's going to be a movie to recognize Chadwick Boseman. There won't be any. It's going to be a movie to remember Chadwick Boseman. But if it's not Sherry, I want it to be what's the he's like soldier chick, that main chick, the soldier one. Yeah. The bald one,
that'd be
the
cool.
one the one that's his right hand, like her boyfriend's the guy with the elephant.
Yeah.
Okay.
I reckon her, if not Sherry.
If they want to do it right, Civil War breaks out, and that's how Namor comes in to try to like overthrow Wakanda. And at the end, we're going into the third movie. We get introduced to Shuri owning the Black Panther costume with the gauntlets and the crazy chain and the spear. And maybe Wakanda fell and the Atlanteans run it now or something. And she coming back.
Man, they're not doing.
That's too much.
I mean, look, whether it's Okoye or Fury, I would honestly be down for either of them. I'd be happy.
Or his missus, the prince, is his missus that he gets with at the end of the film. You know, the one that helps all the refugees. But I don't think she has good combat fighting like the other. But that's the thing, Sherry as well. Does she have good combat fighting? But I just don't think. I really think this is it's gonna start off explaining how it's just gonna be a whole tribute. The whole movie's gonna be a tribute to him. I don't see them having wars within each other because you know what I mean. Like it's gonna be a tribute to him, man. It's going to be.
Again, I really hope that it doesn't focus on like infighting.
But I mean, that would make it realistic, though, right? We're talking about a whole kingdom here, and we're talking about like Game of Thrones. We're talking about empires and stuff.
Well, no, because
somebody would want to have power.
Well, yeah, but in the first movie, we already got like a version of that. A little bit of everybody.
Well, it was because they all joined Killmonger.
That's with a king there. Imagine no king. It would be like every tribe for themselves, and not because it's degrading or not empowering the movie. It's just because that's real life. Like
but all the people there will respect and love him because he sacrificed everything for them. Why would they turn? Oh, now that he's dead, we want to take over.
Not turn, but who's the Black Panther? The mountain tribe thinks they're Black Panther. The river tribe thinks they're Black Panther. So like it would not be realistic.
Yeah, but they all got along at the end. They all called peace. They're not going to just.
Peace doesn't last forever.
When they're a king there.
I get what Nuno is saying, and Nuno's right. That is real life. If they want to be realistic about it, there should be infighting. There should be, evil dudes within each tribe trying to, like.
I'm the next Black Panther, right?
Well, no, they're going to do that. Technically, they have to do the tournament. Sherry, because she's next next in line. She'll have to do. You know how they fight on the water? Like she'll have to fight someone.
All that I'm saying is that I hope that doesn't become the absolute premise of the movie. That's all that I'm saying. I'm not saying that I don't want for there to be absolutely no conflict in the passing down of the mantle. I get it. I'm just saying I hope that like the hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours and 10 minutes of the movie isn't revolved around fighting to become the next Black Panther.
It'll probably be like
it's
the first
called Wakanda
movie.
Forever. So you're not going to call it Wakanda Forever and have Wakanda battling. I think that it's just going to be a tribute. It's going to be like if it's Seri, whoever it is, it's going to be them dealing with being the king or the queen of Wakanda. It's going to be a movie of them dealing with that. I don't think there's a villain will be not, you know what I mean? Like, it won't be a major villain like we got with Killmonger. Maybe it might be Namor because there's rumors flying around. And then obviously they will strike a deal with Namor, but it's not going to be a whole, Atlantis versus freaking Wakanda or anything like that.
I'm not
like Wakanda. Like Namor's going to be doing good, but he's going to look like the bad guy.
Hear me out. What if there is a civil war and fighting and everything going on, and Namor comes and tries to attack, and that's why the movie's called Wakanda Forever, because they all have to come back together and fight back.
That'd be fine.
I don't see Namor being in it at all. Honestly.
I think he's confirmed, right? But the Spanish guy's playing him, right?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, he's been cast already.
Then I see an end scene, and that's it. Him coming out of the water, showing his little fins or whatever.
If they don't do the Civil War line, like how I just said the Civil War line, he's gonna be trying to take the throne. So either way, it won't be good. So you're
Namor can't take the throne because he's not fucking from Wakanda.
But it doesn't matter. There's no king.
But there's still rules.
Yeah, I don't understand kingship. If there ain't no king,
I don't understand kingship. It's one to the point. If he dies,
no
it's
king,
his
you
sister.
can conquer that empire.
No,
there's rules to how to
automatically
succeed.
Becomes the queen. Hey, you're fucking run by a president. My country's run by kings and queens, mate. So I fucking know more about how the kings and queens work. You are fucking too busy watching fucking Games of Thrones.
Where I'm originally from, we kill kings and queens, right? We're the cave people.
This isn't Game of Thrones, bro. This isn't Warner Brothers and Game of Thrones. This is Marvel and Disney.
No, I'm trying to tell you.
Technically,
if Nuno turns out to be right, he's gonna talk so much shit to you.
The sister automatically becomes the queen, unless he's had a son or daughter, they will become in rights. But with like royalties, if the brother or the king dies and there's no one like kids below, it's then the sister. It's like if Prince William was to die and he was king and he didn't have any kids, Prince Harry would be king. That's how it works.
We're all here like talking about this shit, and honestly, dude, it's gonna end up being fucking the Winter Soldier. He's gonna be the Black Panther. Watch.
Yo, I was gonna tell you, bro.
Bam.
Yo.
So honestly, that kind of makes sense. That was gonna be my next question: is that no one else can really become the next Black Panther because that plant was burnt, right? And then T'Challa ate the last one.
Yeah, I'm gonna say as well. He burnt all the plants. So how are you going to bring back
Bucky
all of those plants?
Could be the next Black Panther because he's already the super soldier. He already has that serum in him, so he could withstand being in that serum. But again, it's a suit.
Then, if Bucky becomes the Black Panther,
that was just a joke, by the way,
and they change the character from black to white, I can tell you now, there'll be fucking riots. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'm just saying, hey, we could do the whole Robert Downey Jr. Tropic Thunder.
Oh man,
make it happen.
Look, the one time, and even still looking back on it, I'm like a little iffy. It's still like, oh shit. But the one time that blackface was like funny. I'm just saying that.
It was.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
No.
But I think there could be a possibility that he comes and helps.
Yeah, he becomes.
I think, because think about it with the fucking Winter Soldier, we got nothing about him. We got nothing to say where he's going. You know what I mean? What happens to him at the end? I can't remember.
Named off list.
He's going after his sister.
Slovakia Memorial. Hey, I'm telling you, though, bro.
He's going after Sam's sister. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But they haven't really set any. They've set everything up for every other character except him.
We just gotta move on. Let him live. We need to move on and go with the rest of the Avengers.
Zemo making hits out of prison, out of a maximum state prison, and I think they want to show you that he's gonna be back because if he's doing that,
but now he's gonna be in Wakanda.
So the Zemo Panther.
Yeah, he's already in the raft prison. They already showed him in the raft prison. Like, he's already locked up. But he still made hits out of there.
Bro, he wants to be in the raft prison.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He's there, dude.
Zemo is so hard. Zemo is so hard.
He's there by choice.
Hey, one of the best lines in Winter Soldier and Falcon is when they're walking down the alley, besides every line that Zemo says when he gives the candy to the kids, but when he's telling them, have you guys visited Slovakia Memorial? And he looks at them and he's like, you guys are heroes. Of course you didn't visit. And he's like, You feel me? Like they didn't even visit the memorial, man. And that's where Wanda and everybody's from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his family died there, right?
Yeah.
My question is like, I use how much Black Widow?
Just do it. Yeah, it's fine. It's not a big. I really don't give a shit about.
Because my question is, because Carl, the post-credit scene, right? This was meant to come out before Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Hold on.
Hey, Zemo's in it too. Zemo's in Black Widow.
Hold on. Do you guys really care?
Do you really care if I say what this post-credit scene is?
I don't
Zemo's
care.
in it.
Shut up. You don't, Manny? Do you care?
I don't care, but does Nuno care about this?
Nuno, do you care if I...
As long as it's Zemo.
Val.
Oh, the pawnbroker?
Valentina.
Oh, who the fuck is that?
The chick from fucking Captain America.
Oh, the bad girl?
The power broker?
The Seinfeld girl.
Yeah, okay.
She's the one with Valentina de Ross, whatever name. She was with the Patriot. She at the end of Falcon Winter Soldier, she hires the Patriot.
So she's making. So she's making the Thunderbolts.
Spanish mommy, the government Spanish mommy.
Yeah.
She's not fucking Spanish, but yeah, the government.
She was a little Latina, bro. She was a little Latina, bro.
But this was meant to come out a year before the Falcon Winter Soldier, and she's in this.
So she's.
But it's fine. It would have worked out. It would have worked out.
No, I'm happy it went. Because my question is, do you reckon she's recruiting like the Dark Avengers? Like she's taking over Norman Osborn's spot?
Look, either a version of the Dark Avengers, because of obviously she's wanting to get U.S. Soldier, and she says that she needs to put her own team after the Avengers, or it's going to be the Thunderbolts. Okay. I think it's going to be one or the other one. And we know that, and we've just seen General Ross is back, right? General Ross.
So doesn't that lead to Thunderbolts? Okay.
Huh? Yeah, General Ross, Thunderbolts. I personally would love...
Oh, he was in Civil War, wasn't he, General Ross?
He's in a lot.
Yeah.
He was in Civil War, and this takes up literally the day after Civil War, so... You know what I mean? It's in that same time frame. It's not like he has appeared after Endgame or anything.
What, Black Widow after Captain America / Iron Man, Black Widow starts?
Yeah.
No.
Basically.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty much.
Yeah, okay. Where? In Russia? She's in Russia when that's happening?
No, hang on.
Isn't she young?
So
I don't know.
This movie literally takes place after Civil War.
Yeah, but Natasha isn't in the post-credit scene. It's not Natasha.
No. Okay, so this is the thing.
The post-credit scene. Do you really care about this post-credit scene? Spoiler.
No, just say it.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Yelena. So the sister is visiting Black Widow's tombstone.
Okay,
and just remembering her. And then Valentina just turns up out of nowhere and goes, do you want to see the person responsible for the killing of your sister? And she shows something on an iPad. And then it ends.
Hawkeye throwing Black Widow off the cliff.
It's a picture of Hawkeye.
It's not him throwing off the cliff, but it's him as well.
No!
Yeah.
How does she have a picture of that?
How does she know that he?
It's a whole different planet.
His stats on there.
Hold on.
You know what? I realized live we should have maybe said spoilers everywhere.
Hold up.
We've said it.
So there's no confusion here. The picture that she shows him is not of them in that one planet.
Vormir.
It's him as Ronan, isn't it?
Let's go took it.
It's a picture of him as Ronan.
I see. Okay. All.
So I think that again, he's putting together a team to, basically take the spot of the Avengers.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. That's just so stupid because she could easily just be like, "Hey, I need to talk to Captain America," or I guess he's not there. I need to talk to Thor. And what happened to my sister? Okay, cool. Hawkeye didn't do it.
So it goes easy. Civil War, Black Widow. What movies after Civil War?
Infinity.
Okay, so then it's Civil War, Black Widow, Infinity War, right? Black Widow doesn't intervene with Infinity War, right? It doesn't go into it, right?
No, nothing. It just goes straight to the cemetery.
So what?
When we see
Ronan, when we see Hawkeye in Japan, like slicing everybody up, what? We can assume that the girl is chasing him too. Then, yeah.
No. The Valentina chick's got a photo of him, and she shows it to Yelena and says, "This is the guy responsible for the death of your sister."
But we can assume that when he's chopping up people in China, she's looking for him there too, or he's looking for her.
Or she just went back and was like, all right, where was he at this time?
No, here. Okay, so this is what's happening now, okay? Black Widow takes place right after Civil War.
Yeah.
The movie ends, right?
Right.
When Valentina comes and the scene that Matt is talking about, okay, and when she shows him the picture of Ronan, that scene, that post-credit scene technically takes place after Endgame.
After Endgame, because they're visiting Black Widow's grave.
Yes.
Right. She's being buried.
So what you're saying, when you're like, when
so she wasn't on his tail yet, basically, is what you're telling me. When we see him in Japan slicing, she never even saw that picture of him yet.
No, exactly.
So we can assume that he went back to the Ronin identity in Hawkeye in the show sometime?
No, man, you're overthinking this, man. It's very simple.
She just got a photo of him. She might have used a satellite.
He's not even Ronin no more. What the photo matter if he's not Ronin no more?
The photo is just to say it's Hawkeye.
It's Photoshop, man. Photoshop.
It's not like, hey.
Valentina maybe used satellites and used the fucking thingos to find him. I don't know, but it's not Yelena. Yelena's not Natasha's sister's not chase. It's not her. She just finds out at the end.
The picture is not to say, hey, you're after Ronan, not Hawkeye. They're obviously the same person. It's just literally just to show her a picture.
You're after Clint.
Of what Clint looks like. That's it.
That's what y'all think.
Technically, Yelena is going to be
Mephisto.
In the Hawkeye show.
Yelena sounds like Mephisto. But hey, listen,
Valentina.
Who's
I want to know how she.
Who's Taskmaster?
Nah, I don't want to tell you.
No, don't tell that.
No, that's a big spoiler, and I can tell you now, Taskmaster's the biggest disappointment.
It's not that tall, handsome, right?
Not telling you.
No, we're not going to tell you. No spoilers.
No means no. Your name literally has new no. Like, come on. Nah. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about? Loki, What If, anything like that?
I'm good.
Nothing coming up. All right.
Final thoughts. Who's the leader of the TVA? Not explanations, just a straight
honestly though, the final thoughts should be because Matt thinks that you can watch episode 4 and then 6 and automatically guess what happened in 5. Tell me what's gonna happen in episode 6 because you know everything, man. It's fine. You don't need episode 5 because you're so smart.
I'm just happy that you know that I know everything. So thank you for admitting that.
I'm saying it. So because you know everything, I want to know what happens in episode 6. Please.
Divulge.
Okay. So, King Loki.
Yeah.
King Loki's running the door. They're going to fight whatever, and then they're going to walk through the door, and King Loki's going to be sitting on his throne, and he'll say, "What do you want?" Because why are they so hell-bent on killing and pruning Loki's? Why, in this end of time thing, we've only seen all Loki's? They're focusing on Loki's. How come? You know what I mean? What about the thing that got pruned? The girl, remember that she enchanted at on the dates having beers?
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Didn't they zap her?
She said they pruned her, but we never actually saw it.
Okay, so we never. Okay, so then she hasn't been pruned. So, therefore, why is it all Loki's being pruned? One Loki wants to run them all. Like there's one of the King Loki doesn't want any other Lokis in any timeline or anything like that. That's why I reckon it's King Loki, or it's a Loki.
Well, wouldn't it be by him doing that there would automatically be another Loki being made in the timeline? Like, because he's trying to take away a Loki, there would always be a Loki to take its spot.
I know, but I just find it weird that everyone that. No, I'm just finding it weird that all the people that have been pruned have all been Lokis, unless that giant that.
Hey, some of the guys that came in with President Loki weren't Lokis though.
That we know of.
Stuff like
they're
that.
all Lokis. They all have they're all Lokis.
They're all Lokis.
You know, I can think of everyone that has been pruned was eaten by the Goliath, whatever his freaking name is.
How about that ship? That's a ship full of Lokis, you reckon too, Matt?
No, that ship was from. That was a ship that back in the olden days it ended up. It just disappeared. They reckon it had. It went invisible.
Yeah, they
never found that ship.
Right.
So that's why if you knew your history, you'd know that. You know that. I must not study history at school. That's from the Civil War, I think it was.
Civil War. They didn't even have those ships in the Civil War, bro.
Man, you didn't do your research.
Engineering on point, man.
I don't know when.
That was like 1960s, man. That was like the Manhattan Project.
Don't come online without doing your research, man.
On that note, thank you, everybody.
But seriously, honestly, I reckon it's all been Lokis.
I mean, the way they explained that, though, is that they said that Loki is the god of mischief, chaos, and so, of course, he's the one that's always causing issues, so that's why they would be pruning him so much. I'm just saying that I'm not saying that it is what it is.
Reading,
that's just what it's explained.
What am I reading? I'm reading Sadevsky's Thor run,
mm-hmm.
and that Loki, man, who starts off being a girl, he's fucking badass. The shit that he does, he's very evil, man. Like, he tricks. You know, Borg, whatever his name is. Yeah, like, man, he's evil, and that book shows you how evil he can be. So therefore, I reckon it's a really evil Loki just doing it all. A real evil one.
I really hope you're right. I really hope that next week when we meet up, you can just say, in your face,
if it's Kang, I'm going to be disappointed. Honestly,
face.
If it's Kang the Conqueror, I'm going to be disappointed. Because it's just the most easiest, you know what I mean? It's the most obvious thing.
I don't have any guesses on what it could be. I don't have the Loki history. I didn't do my research on Loki, so I have no clue.
But what I would love to see, which I know is going to happen, I'd love to see Sylvia turn and kill this Loki, like the one that she's with. I'd love to see it. Mate, that would just fucking just...
You just love chaos. You just love... No. You just love everyone being mad.
No, what? Every single person will shed a tear.
No. We'll see. Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. Next week we have what are we talking about next week?
We'll definitely talk about the finale. We can talk about that definitely.
Yeah, we'll start off with the finale, and then the next is actually just future things coming up in comics. Future.
Okay, so
Dark Ages is coming up. We can talk about our pools for September, events coming up, and things like that. But we'll start off with Loki number 6, just to see if Matt was right, just to see that.
Yeah.
But if I'm wrong,
if he's wrong, you know he's gonna do a dare or something.